back again. Today we are
Yeah.
going to be making up a new zoo. We're going to be making it an Asian based kind of Japan based area. So we're gonna only be using Asian and Japan animals. We cannot use any other animals than that. We're gonna try to make an entire zoo. I'm gonna call this the Japan Reserve. Okay, there. So we're only allowed to use Japan-based animals, and yeah, that's really all we're going to be able to use. But obviously, I don't have all the packs to this game. I used to, but now, let me quick check. I don't have like 4 packs. I have every other pack except 4 of them. So like, I don't have the Zookeepers, Barnyard, and Asia Americas. So yeah, basically the Asia's animal pack is basically what we would need for it, basically. But the animals that we're gonna be using are only going to be from Asia and Japan, that stuff. So continents, Asia, we got lots of stuff. We are not going to be doing an Arctic fox or we're gonna be doing stuff like mostly from the top region of Asia, like from the side, kind of like towards Russia and like Japan and all this stuff. So yeah, we'll use the leopard. We'll use most likely this. We'll just kind of see you know, what different animals we're gonna want. We most likely won't use like the camels and that stuff, just because, well, they're camels. We might use flamingos. We're gonna use some brown bears. Just it kind of depends. We'll try to use all of these guys. The red deer go up here? I didn't even know they were in Asia. I guess their continents are Europe, Asia, and Africa. I never knew that. I thought they went to Australia too, but apparently they don't. Thought they Oh, it's where their natural habitat is. But yeah, red fox basically goes all over. So yeah, we'll definitely make a red fox habitat. Red panda, I thought, yeah, red crane. Honestly, we might just try to do everything. This is a weird animal though. This animal right here. I've never heard of it before this game came out. I've never known that it was an animal. We will do sand cats. We'll most likely do saltwater crocs. Actually, no, we won't be doing that. But let's get started. Okay, so I'll probably just go to the workshop real quick and see what kind of entrances we can find. Okay, so let's see what kind of stuff we can find for it. Ooh, I want this one. I think this one would be good for, we won't probably use it for the entrance, but yeah, we can use it. Okay. So we're just looking for the Asia kind of stuff. You know, eventually we might branch off into different parts of the world for, you know, stuff. But I'm gonna try to make this the most detailed thing I've ever done. I'll try to at least. See if this thing will load. I'm just trying to get some inspiration or whatever from this. We might just use one of them if this game wants to load. Oh well. We'll just quick check out some scenery stuff. I know my internet really right now is not too good. Signal isn't really working, but it's fine. We're still doing a live stream. You know, just kind of looking around just to see what kind of stuff we can find. Okay. I do kind of like these waterfalls. I might use them. So I'm just going to keep them in there. You might see them throughout the thing. Honestly, these fences, I'm going to subscribe to all of them. I like them. I like the look of them. They do have different animals on them. Which, I mean, like, this one has pronghorn, probably just good for pronghorn. That one has wolves. That one has, bison. That one has grizzly bear. And these ones don't have any. But I think they look good. We're actually gonna also get these animals. Or these birds, I should say. We might eventually set them around. Okay, yeah, I'll take this. You know, we're just kind of checking, you know, all the Asian stuff we can find. And then, you know, we might add it, we might not. But I think that'll be it for now. I didn't really find a good entrance for it. But, you know, we'll just keep on looking around. Let's see what type of stuff we can find. Okay. And also I'm gonna try to make this a long-term, like, actual series where I keep on coming back to this, not only through live streams, but through actual videos. I'll try to keep on doing that. But I did not see the thing that we wanted. That's either just my bad eyesight, or I just absolutely can't find it. Like, I see a couple of Asian styled things, but I don't see the entrance that we're looking for. I must just be plain blind. I've gone through this like 5 times. Well, this is like my 3rd time doing it, but I don't care. I'm over exaggerating. Where did it go? I cannot find this. I'm about to start raging right now. It shouldn't be this hard to find it. It literally shouldn't be this hard. Maybe I just search up entrance. And it'll pop up, because that's, I mean, that's what I searched up. Oh, there, I found it. I see it now. Okay. So this is probably just gonna have to be it. So, now we're gonna put it right down here. I haven't played Planet Zoo in a little bit, so I might be a little rusty. Yeah, I'm just trying to get perfectly lined up. I think that's good right there. So, obviously, we're gonna make this one of our most detailed zoos, at least attempt to. But we're gonna have some different stuff like animal science. I don't know if any of these animals we're gonna use. But, you know, we're just gonna, you know, set it down. So apparently I can even just set this down and use some of the stuff that aren't in the barnyard and animal pack. This is also another bad thing. You can't just set stuff down. Like, if it would get rid of the stuff, I mean, it would be better, but... Okay. Now let's actually start doing some stuff. So, I don't think we're going to be using anything on this. But I might use just the backgrounds, not the animals. Okay. Let's get started in this. I'm just going to set some enrichment items down. Don't know if I'm going to actually be using them. I'll just be setting lots of these stuff down. Why can't I place it down? Just want me to place it up here. Just want me to place it down here, whatever. Okay, there. Apparently want me to place it down there. Okay, we're just going to be picking up some stuff. And then just place it down. So we can just take it from someplace and put it on. You know, I don't know if we're actually going to be putting this stuff down. So, we don't need that. We got some freshwater Asian fish, though. Which we can make into an enclosure. So, yeah. Crap. I saw something over here. Isn't this a leopard? It's close enough. It's a jaguar. But we can use this as a habitat for our little, what are they? Amur leopards. Obviously, we're gonna probably use this floor technique throughout the entire zoo. So I'm gonna, like, layer. That's weird that they just kind of left it like that. I mean, it's fine, but it's just weird that they layered it like that. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I've said okay quite a couple times. That's probably how we're gonna set it like. And this is gonna be fun making this kind of like a little slope area. The bad thing is about this is, why is this not going down? That's the bad thing. Oh, it's probably because that's there. We will delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Now, will it go down? No, what is under here still? Oh, it's because of this. We don't need this stuff yet. Not yet. We'll eventually use it. So yeah, now we can actually organize this the way that we want it to. And we might honestly just have some turtles in this enclosure, but I don't know. It looks like they have like a couple viewing areas where you can see them from. I don't want that looking like they can escape. So there. That rock is a little too far in. I'm gonna be getting this like perfect. We're probably just gonna set just a little rock. Actually, no, let's move this tree. We're gonna set this tree right here. And there. That'll work. Just, yeah, climbing is disabled. Okay, there. Okay. I know this might count as cheating, but I don't care. So, yeah. Honestly, I might even end up deleting this video, so if you're watching this, like a couple years later, then, you know, I didn't. But, yeah. Otherwise, I think we're doing good. Even though I didn't even build this. But, otherwise, it looks good. Let's get us our glass. Which we really just need our glass right here. So I'm gonna set it up like, oh, this tall is fine. I'll set one right here just so we can get kind of a layout of it. And this is like my first kind of like actually themed zoo, if you even want to call it that right now. So I will set my barrier kind of just all around here. Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna kind of, I've said so many words the same way. I'm just going to smoothen this out beforehand. And you know, we might just make this kind of a rock. Actually, no, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have rocks right now over here. We'll have, not those rocks, we need the taiga rocks. We're gonna have random rotations on. I'm just gonna place that right there. Oh, hold on. Random rotation all. It's like, you know, we can have just like that. You know, just kind of so it looks a lot like an actual rock wall. And you know, you can never go wrong with a good old rock wall. Unless you do the rock wall wrong. But let's just make this the best rock wall we can for right now. And, you know, we might add some, like, actual plants in here. But for right now, let's just make this focused on just rocks. So, I mean, this rock wall may be a little too, you know, too much rocks in it, but I don't care. That my rock wall is gonna be a rock wall. So there's gonna be rocks basically everywhere. We might add a couple trees here and there. If I have, I'll probably add a couple trees just along the side. But you know, let's actually turn on random rotation and have lots of little rocks around this corner. I don't know if we're gonna make this a viewing area or not. Just kind of depends. So I'm gonna add a couple areas back here where there's just gonna be spots for trees. Okay, there's our little rock wall. I'm gonna change the times to like, what, noon? I think right there's fine. There. That's perfect time for right now. It's just so it's less, or so I can actually see most of the corners of this area. Obviously, we're gonna use this as the mirror leopard, and it already has it as the mirror leopard right there. So we're good. We got everything as the mirror leopard. Only thing that we're not good with right now is our actual, you know, we need our pathways and our actual entrance. So, I don't know what we're gonna do with our entrance right now. I don't know where we're gonna set it. We might just have a spot right here. We might just delete this right here. I think it'll be fine. We'll delete this. Make our own little area set. You know, our... No, I don't want that there. I don't want it to connect to that. No. I want it to just be... like what, right? I want it to be wood. hold on. Actually, hold on. What? When did I delete that rock? We're gonna delete this one right here. We're also gonna delete these rocks. Delete this right here. Whatever, I can't right now. Okay, there we go. Okay. So here is where we're going to change everything to null barriers. And we will obviously not make this just floating here. I don't want it to just be like that. I'll actually have some stuff, but I'm going to make this so there's no escapes on. You know, have this null barrier going all the way around. Because now we can just have it like this. Then, you know, we can add it wherever it is, right here, there, and yeah, we got the outline for it. We got our glass. Let's see if we can actually put the water in. Yep, we can put the water in, alright. It's not as high as I wanted it to be. I thought it would go up a little bit higher, but I mean, they'll still be able to swim through it. We'll set like some freshwater fish or whatever that were over here, I believe. Yeah. We'll set a couple of these. We'll set the archer fish, the Asian carp, well, like, let's just play it by ear. I think what we should do is just have the catfish and, like, a couple carp. That's what I think we should do. I will duplicate this. No, we don't want it to be like on water, but apparently it wants to be on water. And who cares if it's just sitting there? It's a fish. So we got, and we only need to set one of them there. But I'm gonna actually just do this one thing, grab it, align to water off. Only way we need that if like we wanted lily pads or a log floating in the water or something like that. But for some reason that doesn't want to work really. I wish we could add, actually I'm gonna make this a little bit lower for the water. So let's quick delete this water and make it go down. Like, I just want some parts of it to be deeper than the rest, which is basically back here. Like, we'll still have it like that. And then what we can do is have the terrain, make it, what was it, soil? No, not soil. Not soil light, was it just, I'm pretty sure it was smooth rock. No, it wasn't. Rough rock? Nope. It's light soil. That's what it is. I think it might actually be a mixture, but oh well. We'll put it as heavy soil for now. Just set that all down there. There. Crap, I have random positions still on. Random rotation off. And then I need to turn that off. Okay, there. There, we'll set one, or we'll set that guy right there. And let's just set one down here around the bottom. There, we got it. I know this is kind of taking a while, but we want to make the most out of this enclosure. Okay, let's see if this works. Yep, it still works. We're gonna want to bring this a little bit down though. Okay. There. And we'll actually use these rocks. For this. And rotate this there. Hold on, did this person use all the same type of rocks? I'm pretty sure he did. He didn't use the same of this. So that's what we're gonna be using. We'll just have a watch your step sign. Okay. Apparently this is way too steep for them. We're gonna push this up a little bit. Not like that helped at all. So we're gonna want this to actually be walkable. Let's have it like that. Okay. Now let's see, is this walkable? Yep, it is. Have our little gate as always. Okay, sorry this is taking so long. But there, I think that is good. We might want to... This does not seem like a safe enclosure, though. Let's bring this up a little bit higher. You know, we'll set all of these up higher. And let's quick lower this guy down. Okay, sorry I've been so quiet. I am going to just get all the stuff done. And eventually, you know, get the leopards in here. So I do want to use these pieces, but I want to get like the perfect height for it. I think that's actually perfect. So So I keep on forgetting that I'm doing a live stream whenever I'm this quiet. I either forget or I'm very focused and in game right now. I mean, it doesn't really matter how I set this stuff as long as it covers up the stuff that I need it to, because they're all the same platform, just in different spots. So yeah, I'm focused right now, so I'm not gonna be talking as much. But yeah. Okay. So I'm almost done with this area right now. After this area, we will get all of the buildings set up and that stuff like that. And we'll make it like all Asian themed, of course. And over here, I kind of want to be careful with the glass. Just because, I mean, I guess we can kind of technically have it poke through. It just, this is a little bit harder on console. Especially when that happens all the time. Okay. Like, I can have it going across like this. I don't care, but yeah. Okay, guys, sorry I've been so quiet. You know, I've been focused on this game. I have been really dang focused. Obviously, let's fill in a couple more spots and, you know, get all this stuff done. Okay. So what I think we have right now is pretty good. I really like the design that I've created of like what I think is going to be one of my best zoos that I will create. And I will be creating a series once Jurassic World Evolution 3 comes out, of course, of like a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park Japan. I will create something like that. But anyways, right now, let's get rid of all of this disgusting long grass on here. So all you gotta do is just really go over with a terrain tool and just get rid of all of it. And I'll just basically go over an entire large area of it with my terrain tool. You know, this will probably be like one of the first areas that I'll be doing first, or for the zoo. Obviously, we have the starting area, and I want to create a big enclosure, not just one of those tiny things like this leopard enclosure, jaguar, whatever you want to call it. I want to build something bigger than that, or have something bigger than that. And obviously I will check in the blueprints just in case I find anything. Like, I mean, a temple viewing area, I might even use this. Like, I might use this for, right here. Like, let's say I have a Bengal tiger. I can use this as a viewing area. Let's say I have elephants, like the Asian elephants. I can use this. There's just lots of things that I can use with this. But we are not going to use it right now because it's not fitting for it. This is a coast aviary, so we won't be able to use it. We are actually going to use some of this stuff because their education stands and also their these little guys and statues, which they help me out. Like if I didn't have the gold one and I wanted to put that one down, I could. But yeah. Right now, I would say I'm gonna take. Actually, let me quick look at all of the statues real quick. See what things are for the Amur leopards. Then, you know, we'll just kind of look around. Obviously, I can set a dodo somewhere, you know, just for fun. Here's the Amur leopards. If I wanted these guys, which I probably will use them just because they're nice and fun to have around here. Probably right here I'll have one. Actually, hold on. Yeah, it's just the same thing, just mirrored. We'll have them up here. We'll have an education thing like right there. It's all coming into view. Let's set another one. You know, right there. And set one more. Are these horses from Asia? Because I really want to use them. really want to use one of these guys because I loved making an enclosure for the horned oryx. I loved making an enclosure for him. Probably one of the best enclosures that I've made. And I totally forgot to just look at the statues and stuff in here for Asia because I could have just, you know, grabbed a couple monkey rocks, set them around. Same with this little panda shrine. But, you know, those aren't too fun. Then these reward statues, they're not too fun either. We will probably use the Japanese Macu or whatever they are. Don't they have pandas? Yeah, I got pandas. So yeah, we'll eventually set pandas in here. You know, there's lots of stuff we can set in here. But yeah, we cannot do it right now. I do kind of want to get the Americas and Zookeeper pack. Or not the Americas, but the Zookeeper pack definitely, and then the Asia pack. I kind of want those. But again, that'd be $20, and I want to get the new Jurassic World game. I mean, I would have enough for both, but don't want to spend too much money. So yeah, that Mer Leopard. We'll probably set one more around here. We already got one right there. Why not set another one up? Hold on, do they just have like paws? Because if they had a paw, no they don't. Like a paw print in the ground, so like it would lead them around. But I guess they don't have them. Otherwise, I think this is looking good. And obviously, I'll probably have like... Oh, how would I get out of this? No. What I'd probably do is just do this. And you know, I'd probably either have the scenic one for like my videos, I'd probably do scenic mode or cinematic route editor. Oh, I do not like that. I don't like these filters and stuff. Anyways, I'll be right back. After I quick set down our final structures, our staff structures, get our keeper hut. you know, put it in the East Asian kind of theme. But you know, we want the bigger one. I thought maybe they could go through that tunnel, and then over here is where we have some staff buildings. But anyways, let's set this guy right here. Then we'll set our veterinarian thing down. Which I think in between, like, this stuff, we can have a nice little enclosure. And I will turn on some stuff here in a little bit. It'll be fine. We'll just have these like right next to each other. It'll be fine. The inside might not look fine, but I mean, who's looking in the inside? I don't care if that's there. Okay. Research centers, we're gonna also want just the bigger one. Okay, I don't care really how it looks too much right now. We're just trying to get some of this stuff ready. What's that? One little workshop. Let's actually set a workshop right over here. I think over here would look decent. There. Then we will set our final thing, which is our trade center. We'll set it right here. And you know, we'll connect them. At least for right now. We'll have them connected. And we'll eventually have the actual pathways over here. And yeah, this will just be the Japan Reserve for now. We're not actually going to have any guests come in here. At least for, you know, right now. But let's get some of our staff in here. We will have one of each right now. Okay, well, one of mostly each. So, anyways, we're gonna start off our actual habitats with the first couple of animals. Which actually, instead of doing that, let's go into here. Search up, yeah, Asia. Okay, there. And population of the wild for these only have like 110, which I think is crazy. So I'm just gonna kind of look through here, see what kind of animals are on this side in Asia. We're not doing polar bears. Polar bears, like, at the top of Asia. Oh well. We're not doing that. So we can do those things with the horse. Okay. Well, how endangered are they? Oh, they're just normal endangered. Not critical or anything like that. So it doesn't look like they have one of the best things that I like. But we can do the wild water buffalo, which I haven't done an enclosure for water buffalo yet. But we will eventually do a map for all of the, or an enclosure for every single one of these guys. I don't care if they're technically not in Japan, they're in Asia. But yeah. Obviously, we'll do the red-crowned cranes and all that stuff. We'll do red pandas and, really just do everything that's over here. And also, red fox are also in Australia. That just doesn't, that's not their native habitat. Okay, let's get our Amur leopards. So what we are going to do is that we are going to have one male and one female. Sad thing is not every single one of them are good, but yeah. Fertility on this one is 6-7, so yeah. I think the bad thing is the size on these guys. They're not too good for like their size. But we'll get this person, or not this person, but we'll get these two. You guys will be able to name them. But obviously once we get to a video you can name them. But yeah. Let's put these guys in our enclosures. And what we're actually going to do is just look and the animal market real quick. Just see what kind of animals are in here. See if there's any rares. If there's not, then well, it's fine. We're just looking for any rares like melanistic, albino, leucistic, kind of all of those. And I don't think they have piebalgs in this game. But I mean, if they do, I'd be happy to see them. They do have fallow deer. Oh my god. I never... Ooh, and it's a melanistic. There's two melanistics. And they're in Europe. They're in Europe. That's technically counts as in Asia. That technically counts as Asia, though. Asia, isn't that entire continent Asia? No, it's just Europe. I don't care. We're still going to keep them. I didn't even know we had fallow deer in the game, but we're gonna keep them. We'll make that like entire big land section. You know, we'll make that entire area of land. I'll include Europe, and you know, so I'll include Europe, and I will include, yeah, basically just Europe. Europe and Asia, that's it, and Japan. But right now I'm just checking for any rares, because we might just make a random enclosure for them at some point. But so far, I think those two Melanocytics are the only rares that I've seen. Yep, those are it. I mean, they technically aren't what we're looking for, but we will send our two Amur leopards into the zoo. And we're gonna make sure that these leopards are perfectly fine with their environmental needs. So, they need some more grass. We will give them some more grass. They have too much soil in here. We will lower that down. They like a nice grassy environment. So they don't really have a hard shelter. But guess what? I don't care, because we can turn off the hard shelters. So right now I think most of their plants are fine. Besides most of them in here. So let's actually show appropriate plants and get all these plants in here. We'll get some of these bramble bushes in here, because these go along good with some of these rocks. Obviously, it's all about little tiny details. Just get those tiny details and you'll get your zoo looking good. You know, that buffalo grass that we took away, we're just gonna kind of stick it, these bramble bushes, kind of all over the place. I know I'm coming. Okay. Sorry guys, but this video is gonna have to come to an end. I will see y'all in the next one. Right after I get a good thumbnail shot for some other time. So I think what we will do is just take a nice little shot, up close shot of course, of our mirror leopards. Okay. Okay guys, I'll see ya in the next one. TJ Shark out.